Good morning. I thought that I would bring you guys along for a few days in my life so you can see what it's like working as a creative entrepreneur. So I'm currently parked outside of the middle school I'm about to go into to teach some lessons. So come along with me and we'll see what the day brings. This is my glamorous teaching setup. I've got my little desk, I've got a chair and stand for my student here. We've got fingering charts on the wall, and of course the clarinet fingering is the most important. So yeah, this is where we're about to get started. I just got off a call with my ad specialist, and ad funnels are nuts. I've been working on this thing for over a week now, and it's still not even nearly done yet. But she gave me some great tips, and I've got homework to do and a deadline of Friday when we meet again to get it all done. And there's nothing like a deadline to light a fire under me and make sure it gets done. So now it's time for a little lunch, and I think after lunch I'm gonna make time to play a game with my roommate and go ahead and do a little reading, because rest is something I'm really trying to prioritize right now. And I know that I'm gonna work until 6 o'clock tonight, so I'm gonna take a nice 2-hour break now to have just a little time to reset my brain and enjoy a little fun time. Lovely, relaxing lunch break. We played Pandemic. I read some of my book, and now I am at my church because I have a meeting with my priest. Me and another parishioner are going to be presenting to him a proposed plan to put together a meeting for the migrants at our church, the immigrant communities, both documented and undocumented, on how they need to handle and navigate what's going on right now in the United States, and how they can protect themselves and their children and their families. So yeah, let's hope this goes well. This is really, really important. This is a very serious and personal cause to me. It holds heavy on my heart, and I'm really hoping I can do something to make a change. Okay, so I had a great meeting at church. The pastor was completely on board with everything. Next up, we're meeting with Hispanic ministry, and then we've got a date set for the informational meeting. And now it's time for me to start filming my Plan With Me. I put out a new Plan With Me video every single Friday, and this week it's gonna be a planner flip through video. So I've got to get everything set up for that and start filming. Thursday, and I'm back at the same school I was at yesterday. I forgot my mic today, so I hope you can hear me. I'm just recording with my phone microphone right now. I taught a big group of lessons this morning, and now I'm working on building out the copy for a landing page for my social media engagement planner. And then I'll have another group of lessons. Then I'll have just another little break to have lunch and do a little more work. Then I'll have another group of lessons, and then I had to cross the street to the high school. But right now I'm working on building the copy so that I just finished writing the copy. So now I have to start working on building the landing page for this product so that I can set up my entire funnel and get that out and running. It's all about SEO, social media engagement, and content creation. So basically, taking all of the SEO concepts that I've been very successful with all of my blogs, and then incorporating those into social media as well to get social media seen as well. So think about Instagram and TikTok, and then of course YouTube, not social media, it's a whole separate SEO thing. And obviously I'm in a practice room and a band room, so I'm sure you hear instruments playing around, but you know what? This is my day-to-day life.
Okay, so it is 3:45. I have been going non-stop for the last 8.5 hours, and I have taught 15 music lessons. My brain is done. I am gonna go home, make some dinner, unwind, and I will catch you guys back tomorrow. So it's Friday at about 12:30, and I am just now picking up the camera. Today has been crazy. I've been in the office doing a bunch of computer work, trying to finish up my funnel. And I also ran this morning to pick up my groceries. And then I also ran to a panaderia and a Mexican grocery store so that I could go ahead and just pick up a few specialty items. And I thought I would do a little haul video with you. I got cilantro, but it's in the fridge. I also bought the good tortilla chips because the Super Bowl is this weekend and we need the good tortilla chips for that. I went to the panaderia and they were out of the bread I really wanted, but I got a couple of bolillos, which will make really good sandwiches. I also got some pan dulce, and if you've never had pan dulce, I highly recommend you find a Mexican bakery and try it. This actually came from a Colombian bakery. But I have an oreja, I have a cinnamon roll, and I have a piedra. Full disclosure, I already ate part of it because I was starving, and these things are amazing. And then the other thing I picked up while I was out was some of what I call the good cinnamon. This is way better than the cinnamon cassia that you'll find in the grocery store, and it's amazing. Okay, also, my book of the month came, and it's a big box this month because I got a couple of extra books. So I thought we would do a little unboxing of it. So I've been trying to try different genres. So this month I got Good Dirt as my book of the month by Charlemagne Wilkerson, and I'll let you know how it goes. Then of course I had to get a couple of mysteries because I'm a big mystery girl. So Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. Anything I've ever read by Riley Sager has been amazing. Love this author. And then I also got Murder Road by Simone St. James, another go-to author, great mystery books. And of course you get the little bookmark. And this one says guaranteed climax every time. So I'm gonna pack this up and then I'm gonna take a little break in the middle of the day to give my brain a rest, and we're gonna make some salsa together because we need some good salsa for the Super Bowl. Okay, so we're gonna make some salsa and I have everything pulled out here to make it. Come here. You want some lunch? Good, go crate. Okay, go bowl. Oh, good boy. Good boy. You give us a wave? Wave! Stick him up! Stick him up! Yay! Good boy. Good watch. Okay, so for my super secret salsa recipe, it's not about to be a secret, it's just a family recipe. We've got some cilantro here, the Knorr powdered chicken bouillon, and yes, it matters. We've got some chiles de arbol, just some basic tomato sauce, a couple of cloves of garlic, and then a blender. That's all you need. So today I'm gonna be making a double batch because I'm gonna take some of this to a friend. So I'm gonna start with 2 cans of tomato sauce, and I'm just gonna stick those in the blender. And that's gonna max out this particular blender, and that's okay. And the dog is very helpful today. As a matter of fact, I think this is probably a little too full, so I'm just gonna pour a little bit out into a bowl and I'll just mix it in the bowl later with the rest of the tomato sauce. Okay, and to that, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon. And remember, this is a double batch, so you can just make a single batch and just half everything. Then we've got a couple of cloves of garlic. So we wanna peel those, and what I do is I just kind of press it into the counter with the heel of my palm, and it kind of cracks the shell. It makes it pretty easy to get the garlic out of the skin. So we're gonna go ahead and just add those in there. Now I'm only doing 2 cloves because this is the music garlic I grow in my garden, and it's pretty pungent. If you're using a milder garlic like you get at the grocery store, you might want to use 3. But we're just gonna plop those in, grab this and pop it in the compost. Okay, and then I've got some cilantro, and all I'm really gonna do is just grab a big bunch of the cilantro off. We don't really want the big stems, but we want the leaves. And then I'm just gonna add that into the salsa. If you don't like cilantro, you can leave it out, but to me, it just adds a little freshness that makes the salsa amazing. But if you're one of those people who have the gene where cilantro tastes like soap, leave it out, it's fine. Now we have to prepare the chilies to go in here. Now for the chilies, I'm gonna preheat this pan kind of over a medium-low heat. And we're gonna add just a little bit of olive oil in there. You can use any oil you want. We're gonna be cooking these really, really low. And then I'm gonna get my chiles de árbol. And normally I do 8 chilies for one thing of salsa. So I'm gonna do 16. And a couple of those were kind of small, so we're gonna add a couple of extras in there. And then all I'm gonna do is use a spatula to coat them in the oil. And all we want to do is heat these until they're just hot. Now, if you have somebody in the household who's sensitive to spicy smells, this might be okay, or you might want to do it when they're not here. But we're just gonna gently these moving around in the pan while we wait on them to get warm. And what this does is it really brings out the flavor in the chilies. And this is not a cooking channel by any means, but this is pretty simple when it comes to recipe. And then all I do is I tend to just kind of go in with my finger and tap them until I start feeling them get pretty warm. This step is also going to bring out some of the heat in the chilies. We're getting close right now. And like I said, I just have this over a very low flame. Okay, so we are nice and warm, so I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, so now that that's done, all I'm gonna do is take these chilies and the oil and just go ahead and add them into the blender where we have everything else added. Just move the pan to the sink. Do not add water to the pan unless you want to like cough your head off. Okay, so then all we do, we put the lid on and we blend. Now, you could also leave the cilantro out for now and add it in later if you want chunks. Once it's there, I don't care if there's chunks. I just want the flavor. You want to make sure it's good and blended. Now, I have a pretty high-speed blender, so mine blends pretty quickly. If you have a lower speed blender, it's not a big deal. Just blend it a little bit longer. Okay, now I think I have room to add the rest of the tomato sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in there. Just if you've ever used one of these things and you've overfilled it, oh, it makes a mess. So I'm gonna put this back on again and we're gonna blend it just one more time. Okay, and that's it. We have salsa. Now the most important part is the taste test. So we've got to taste our salsa here. Now I will warn you guys, a little goes a long way because this is spicy. It's rich, it's flavorful, it's got kick, and you don't need salt because the bouillon is salty enough. And oh my gosh, it's delicious. And the dog would like his lunch.